Hey everyone. Just want to kick off by saying a big thank you for being here. We certainly don't take it lightly that you're taking time out of your day to watch this video to learn a bit more about what's coming for Proof. We know that we're successful because of our community, and we've been at this long enough to know and value the support that you've given us. So just wanted to say a heartfelt thank you from myself and the broader Proof team as well. We're really excited about the things that are coming, and as you can see, the title of this presentation is The Next Era of Proof, and we certainly feel like we're about to move into a new day. So let me unpack some of the things that we're doing and the rationale behind them, and then, yeah, we're happy to take questions after that. So clearly, Proof has been around for a little while now. And we have a really strong track record of success. And I think that that is definitely the thing that people, will point to when they think about Proof. I hear it being commented on all the time on X, where people are saying how much, money we have actually shared with Proof stakers to date. And as you can see, it's over 1.6 million. This screenshot was taken a little while ago. I think we're at 350 ETH or something like that at the moment. So a really good amount has been shared back to Proof stakers. Now, that is all well and good. So what is the problem? Why is Proof chart not pumping when we are, theoretically creating a lot of value? And I guess there's two primary reasons that we would point to, and one of them is yield's not enough. So we've shared a lot, but people still don't find it compelling enough, or a compelling enough reason for them to buy more Proof. So yield's clearly not enough. And then the second thing is that the flywheel itself is quite weak. So inherently, people don't really want to share Proof with their friends, and they're actually disincentivized to do so, because the more Proof that is staked, the less rev share that person's going to receive, because they will own a lower percentage of the overall staked pool. So it kind of disincentivizes people to even share Proof in the first place. So I think that these are two of the main problems that we're facing at the moment. Now, if we have a look at our data. So we're looking at the last two launches that we've done. Now I'm recording this video within the first 24-hour period of Robot Exxon just launching. So this data is purely blended data from Kiwi and Hyper. But Rock's Robot Exxon is this very, very similar numbers, if not a bit better in terms of day one volume. So if we look at this, you can kind of see this is the high tax period, so it's broken into 2-minute intervals. The first 2 minutes is our Proof pass holders buying, and then you see the public candle, and then you see this on the chart, especially even on the Rocks chart. You'll see a huge public candle that comes in as well. So there's a lot of volume getting pushed in this early period, in the high tax period, and as you can see, it's 69%. Of day one volume is actually occurring in the first 30 minutes. So that's just interesting data point to take note of. Now, when we look at our old fee model, we have been taking a flat 2% fee within the first 24 hours, and then we take a 1% fee for the next 30 days after that. However, we're changing that now. And so in the new model, we're actually starting our tax at 7% in the high tax period, and then it will linearly degrade every 2 minutes until it hits 2%. And then our 1% fee is on for 60 days versus 30 days. So as you can see, our pricing model, or our fee structure, is changing. And in line with these changes, we are now starting our buy tax at 20% and our sell tax at 25% in the high tax period. That goes down by 1% every 2 minutes. But because we've now bumped our starting taxes up higher, it means that the teams that launch with us, they don't lose any revenue that they previously had by launching with Proof. So we're purely just increasing that so we're able to capture a bit more revenue on that front end of the launch. Now, if we compare the old model versus the new model, just looking at the high tax period alone, you can see that our revenue goes from 23,000 to 56,000. So this is a significant jump based on the old model versus the new model. And this again is blended data from Kiwi and Hyper. Now, if we look at the full fee period, so old model is our fees on for a total of 31 days. So first day 2%, then 1% for the next 30 days. So 31 days in total. Now our fee period is on for 61 days because we've added another 30 days. And really why we're adding another 30 days is purely just because the level of support that we're providing teams has really gone up to a much higher level. And so we are, supporting teams very heavily in that period. Now, this gives us a plus 119%, in revenue. So it's more than doubling our current revenue structure. So if we look at the last two launches, 56,000 for in terms of revenue is now moving to 122,000. So a significant jump in our revenue from these changes. Now, here's where it gets interesting and exciting. So in terms of what we do now, we split our revenue. So 50% goes to the proof company. So that is for our operations and profit margin within the company. The other 50% is shared with proof stakers. And so this is where we've shared over 1.6 million US dollars with proof stakers so far. So this 50-50 split, that's the old way we've done it. Now, we're moving to a new structure where we are still taking 50% for the company. However, the revenue share is 25% now, and the buybacks is 25%. However, given the fact that our new model more than doubles our revenue, you can see that the rev share component actually increases. Let me go back a slide. You can see it's 28,000 there, and now it's 30,500. So our proof stakers are not earning any less from the rev share by these changes, but in fact are earning more. And now we have the additional benefit of buybacks that are going to go into the proof chart, which is, that's where the real magic is going to happen. Now, if we have a look at what the buyback effect could be, so we have actually modeled this out. We actually used a third-party market maker to help us calculate this. Now, if we just look at, based on the past performance of our last two launches, Kiwi and Hyper, we've just done another good launch with Rocks, and that will, we presume, be very similar. It was definitely, it's probably definitely is more than Kiwi on day one in terms of the way it's performed. But we're just looking at Hyper and Kiwi as a blended average at the moment for this example. So if we continue to achieve that, then we can assume 30,500 in buy pressure per good launch, right? And so let's say we, as a example or hypothetical, that we did 12 good launches per year. If we did that, then our price per token for proof will go from 15 cents to $2.39, which is a 16x, which you can go and look at whatever the market cap is and do a 16x, and you'll see that it ends up being a very, very high number. This is after a 3-year period. So this is just modeling it out just to show you the effect that these buybacks can have into the chart. So our flywheel, as we mentioned before, is just getting so much stronger now. Previously, we felt like it was quite broken from the flywheel effect, given that people don't really want to talk about proof because they worry about, their rev share going down. But now the flywheel is just super strong from the proof perspective. So if we go step one, so we launch the token, we collect fees from that launch. People will lock their supply up, which is quite an insane number. I think if you look at how much proof is in the hands of holders, nearly 70% of that proof is actually locked up in the staking contract right now. So significant amount of the supply is in there. So that the proof stakers lock their supply. They get a rev share for locking their supply. We also are going to do buybacks, which will lead to a higher proof, higher market cap, higher price per token. We feel like when we get higher proof, that is just going to naturally bring more attention into the proof ecosystem, which is why we think that the proof token itself is very valuable, is that if we can get it firing and at a high market cap, we're just going to bring more and more attention on the proof ecosystem. That will then attract new teams who then want to launch a token with us. And so this flywheel is very, very strong now, especially considering with the buybacks putting buy pressure into the proof chart. Now, we are doing well. I think the mind share around proof launches is getting right up there. And we certainly don't feel like we have made it yet. There's a lot that we're continuing to learn, continuing to improve. Every launch where we do a retrospective as a team and we go through all the learnings that we can get out of it. We try to do things better every time. So we really don't feel like we are anywhere near the potential of where proof can go. But we have been doing this for a long time. So as I won't go into the full details, but proof used to be called something else. It was called Hacker Labs DAO. We had a token called HLD. It was a completely different concept, but proof, we pivoted into proof, and proof was born out of Hacker Labs DAO. And then we migrated from the HLD token into the proof token. On the HLD side, we did a lot of buybacks and burns from that. That's why you see nearly 70% of the proof supply is burnt. That's because we were doing a lot of buybacks and burns on our previous token. And then when we relaunched proof, we didn't do any buybacks and burns anymore. We flipped to a rev share model. So now we're doing rev share and we're doing buybacks, and we have a very much a proven business model. So if you look at our track record, you can see over 1.6 million has been shared with proof stakers. We've been going for a number of years. We're getting really good mind share. This screenshot is just from a couple of weeks ago where it was the top mentions for microcaps. And as you can see, like Kiwi, Hyper, and Privix, all proof launches, took up the top 10. So we had 30% of the mind share of new microcaps that were being talked about. So we're really well positioned, guys, and that's what I want everyone to take note of, that we are very well positioned in proof, and we think that these changes that we're making really position us well for success. So we're very excited by it. As I mentioned, we've just launched RobotX on. We've already shared 5.5 ETH with proof stakers. There is 5.5 ETH in a separate wallet right now, ready for buybacks. We will start to execute those buybacks very soon, if not already by the time you see this video. Not sure exactly when I'm going to roll out this video, but it will be coming out soon. But yeah, make sure you tell someone about it. Share this video with someone. There is a lot of good stuff happening around proof, and we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. We're going to keep getting better and better. We're going to keep producing revenue, which is going to go back to stakers and buybacks, and the new era of proof starts now, as the slide says. So thank you again, guys, for being here. Any questions you have, feel free to jump over to the Proof Telegram to ask them. The team's there ready to answer your questions. And yeah, share this video around with someone, and let's see proof pump. As we say, proof projects pump, and now so will proof. Let's go.